Good morning. Check if you are registered to this class. This is you're registered to it, right? No, it's not. So this is the Masterclass EAT, Entrepreneurial Assemblage Tactic. And let me talk to you about myself first. I am the son of an engineer and a chemical. They both study at the University of Puerto Rico, Recinto de Mayagüez, which we call here Colegio. My friend in the middle, it's Mr. Rizzo Shingo, ex-president of Toyota, one of my mentors. And in the right side, I have Nigel, Paul, Lisa, which are experts in lean, and I will tell you more about it in a couple of minutes. I started working for Pensoil when I did my business plan in the university and went to work for Pensoil so I could open my car wash and quick lube business in the island, which was called Fast Lane. It was a chain of car washes. We opened in Guaynabo, Bayamón, Barceloneta, Humacao, Trujillo Alto, and purchased other properties until 2013 that I decided to sell because I had an opportunity from AutoZone to be bought, and I had an exit strategy. At that time, that's when I met Mr. Rizzo Shingo, and we started going into businesses, big businesses, Medtronics, Microsoft here in the island, and we were helping them to improve their processes, right? Have over 32 certifications, but the most important there is not there. I have dedicated my life, my last 25 years, to knowing how to get the best performance in people and in companies. So I think I am a high performance researcher, right? If you are here, you know now that we cannot, we don't know what is the definition of entrepreneur. In English, the other day, one of a person in one of the table was telling me that there is no word in English for entrepreneur. That is a French word, right? And in Puerto Rico, we say that we have emprendedores and empresarios, which at the end of the day, I think they do the same thing. They open businesses. And if we look into the dictionary, they are 562 similar words for it. So when we go to telling what the name of a company is, we cannot say that we have the same definition also. We have startup businesses, enterprise companies, corporation firms, SMEs, MNEs, and a lot of animals from the zoo, right? We have the unicorns, gazelles, and zebras. So this is the question, why we want to teach entrepreneurship in a one-size-fits-all canvas? Anybody doing here Canvas alone? That's the question.
Yes, of course.
So if businesses and entrepreneurs come from different sizes and different type of, why frame them? Mr. Tom Eastman says that I dug deeper into a case study of failure, and I concluded that lean startup practices were falling short of their promises. You can read the book. One of the best books I have read in a long time. And even though we have business canvas teaching, we still have a lot of failures, right? So we need to change that. We need to fix it. If we are teaching entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is adaptive, then we need to adapt our teaching to what we're saying to the students and to the business people, right? So businesses emerge, they are emergent. This is behavioral, what we are doing. So different approaches, different opportunities, different necessities, different contexts. So why frame them? What we have come together is that we have built an entrepreneurial assemblage tactic. It was thought as a theory, it's not yet. So it's strategically. It comes from Deleuze and Guattari. They built this theory of assemblage for the social studies. And what we have taken from that is that it has to have dynamic relationships between components in a system, okay? There are many ways then to assemble a company. The entrepreneurial assemblage tactic is an adaptation of the original assemblage theory. And what is important here is that you will be teaching, you will be helping the entrepreneur with different type of resources, different type of structures and processes. And you will see this in a second, because you need a combination of these planes. So in our research, we find out that Andrew Shaw wrote in 2019 that entrepreneurship is a process of assembling various elements, such as people, resources, and ideas to shape the industry, right? In a context. So if we are here in different contexts, in different countries, in different regions, we have to adapt to that on our teaching. We find out that there are principles to teaching entrepreneurship. These principles, doesn't matter which region you are, which context you are, you need to figure it out. You need to know that these principles are there independently where you are. So we combine the life cycle, enterprise life cycle theory with the theory of assemblage. And this is what we got. There are many stages from different type of theories. We have from 1, 2, 3 different stages, right? So taking the life cycle theory, we have the first one is the entrepreneur level, and we figured out what that means. Market capture is very low. Total responsibility of the owner. Minimal structures. Highly dependency. Lack of resources. Bureaucracy is low. Standardization of the business, none. Capitalization, low. Profitability, low. Survival mode, very high. And has high instability. On the second one, you go from entrepreneur to enterprise, right? From entrepreneur to enterprise. That's when you're not doing it alone. Then you're capturing the market a little bit higher, but still low. Then you have to segregate your business in departments, stabilization strategies, basic structure in the business. Now you are doing marketing, and then you're doing financing and the simple things. And you start standardizing the business, basic ones. Profitability starts to show, moderate, and capitalization level, it's moderate, and survival mode still high. You still can go down the drain. Stability is it's moderate. So on the third level, then you have market capture, which is medium. Structured systems, they are already in place. Standardization is well documented. Robust structures, that's when you are into 10, 15 years of the company. Bureaucracy starts to appear. Performance is higher. And survival level, then it's moderate. Now you are not in survival mode. And the organization is stable, right? And the last level is high maturity. That's where you want to get. So if you can do that on the first year, if you're a teacher, help them do it, right? So why wait 25 years to help them to get to maturity phase? You have you are the leader in the market. You have the sustainability, and sustainability. I will talk this about in a second, so I will leave that for the next slide. Standardization is high. Profitability is high, capitalization is high, and the survival mode is low, right? So, and then you are in maturity. Taking this, we have defined this in our investigation, and taking this has helped us then to build a model to teaching. Nobody wants to be in the valley of death. And some of you I have heard that don't want to teach a business plan in their classes. And in the business plan, the most important things are two things: the purpose and the financial statements. So you can project. Why not teach it? Because somebody else says that. And when you go to an operation, to an entrepreneur today, you will ask them for their numbers and they don't know them if they are in the early stages. Why is that? What are we doing and what are we teaching to them? Okay? So you don't want to get into the valley of death. So you have to be profitable. Your company has to be profitable. That's the other thing that I want to get the message straight. We have to talk about numbers in business. Not problem solving, but profitability. So in that curve, profitability is very important, because if you follow below that line, your business will not be alive. Okay? And this is the typical curve of any business. So you can accelerate that curve, or you can make it last longer, right? You have the discovery phase that you are not in the business yet. You are in this mindset of to become an entrepreneur. Then you have to teach skills, attitudes, what you say, competencies. about what? Gathering finding opportunities, feasibility studies. You know, we need to get into the technical stuff and not the, I don't know how to say this in English, but in Spanish, when we say, nosotros nos tenemos que salir de la basofia, right? We need to get into the real technical stuff that helps the entrepreneur to get to the next level. So there is a planning phase. There is, and if you don't make profitability, if you don't have the money, the capital money, your business will fall down. And I want to make sure that everybody gets from here is that all businesses, doesn't matter if they are for social purposes, if they are NGOs, if they are a co-op, if they are an Inc., if they are an LLC, if they don't make the money to survive, then it's a dead company. So this is typically what should happen, right, in a business. We need to get all the companies that we help, that we teach, to the stability phase. And that can be done faster if you know that if you're not teaching only one box, if you are teaching with all the right resources and all the right tools and all the right artifacts to help the companies. When we got into the assemblage theory, that was the life cycle theory. When we go into the assemblage theory, we have different planes. We need to help the entrepreneurs to make the right behaviors, okay? So you need resources. They need to gather resources, resource allocation, and they have to do it in three different things: hardware, software, humanware, and informationware. Okay, so you have to help them with the teaching that you're doing. You have to help them with finding those resources. They have to build the structures for the business that they are building. They have to build a structure, an organizational chart. They have to, and you have to use that. You have to show them what are those structures that they need. You need to show them how to make the processes, okay? The idea generation, depending on the phase that they are, or opportunity identification, or marketing research, or feasibility studies. You have to develop them or help them develop the competencies, skills, knowledge, and attitudes all together. Problem solving, marketing research, critical thinking, all that. And this is one of the most important things of this assemblage are the artifacts that you are going to use to help them do it. And you have the scamper, design thinking, the brainstorming, the mind maps, lateral thinking. There are so many tools outside there, so many resources that we need to use to teach in entrepreneurship outside a canvas. Okay? So, and this is the entrepreneur now. The entrepreneur builds a company. Doesn't matter what it is, what you call it. It doesn't matter if it's a co-op, a small startup, pymes. Doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, who would have thought that a hamburger joint in California will have today 42,000 locations and one of the biggest systems to help other entrepreneurs become millionaires? McDonald's. It was a hamburger joint, and now it's one of the most innovative businesses there is. So when you classify a microempresario, which I think is una locura, okay? Why you will classify a person micro, okay? Or tycoon. We are all empresarios if you are building a business. If you're not building a business, you're something else. But if you're building a business, you're an entrepreneur, right? So you need this, to help them to build the structures, the resources, the processes, their competencies, and use artifacts for it. So, and this is it, right? You have the why. The why is the purpose of the entrepreneur. Why you're doing this. If he answers that, if he has a purpose, then you go to the other questions. What, how, who, how much, when, and where. Not difficult. And this is how it could look. My why, my why, and then what? I need finance, or I need human resources, or I need product development. The who? My people, right? How? I need operations, or I need logistics, or I need delivery. This changes everything. The where? I'm going to do the delivery, the sales, the marketing, right? So you start building blocks. You start putting the block that is needed for the business that you're helping. I told you that we find out that there are principles that doesn't matter if you're a small company, a big company, a tech, no tech, you're going to pass, you have to answer these questions. You will need opportunity recognition comes in different ways. For fun, for necessity, because I am a high growth entrepreneur, the opportunity recognition has to be there. Or my father gave it to me, doesn't matter. You have to build a business model that makes a profit, and then you have to allocate resources. With those in mind, then you have to have a customer, okay, a user. You have to create, here people say value creation, okay, that's what we're doing, value creation. I think it's more wealth creation. But there has to be a need for it. So instead of a problem, try to find a need. That's one of the things that we at Yes do. We don't teach our students to resolve problems. We teach them to find needs, okay? Especially those unwanted needs, because those where the innovations come from. We wouldn't have, and there are different type of businesses or entrepreneurs. We have the entrepreneur that it will build it and they will come, and that's okay, no pasa nada. Let them fail, okay, if that happens, but let them win if that happens also. They don't have to go and research and do back and forward all the time if you know the market exists. Let them build them, okay? So we have the product or service that they have to build. Those three things are main things. You have, there has to be a transaction. If there is no transaction, there is no business. There has to be a place, location. It could be virtual or physical. There has to be a register, a process. The entrepreneur who builds the company or the solo or the DBA, it has to have resources, hardware, software, humanware, informationware. And then the opportunity has to be there. It has to be a feasible, ¿verdad? Feasibility opportunity. If not, why do we care to do the business? And there has to be technical knowledge of somehow. If I don't have them, I have to go and get them, okay? We say in our company that you have one idea, two amigos, and one garage. That's it. The two amigos means two different type of mindsets. You can have them both, the operational guy, technical guy, and the dreamer, the entrepreneur. But you have to have them both, the managerial and the non-managerial type, okay? And you will have to have something to sell someplace. These are principles. Doesn't matter where you're at, they will help you get there. And if some of that doesn't work, if you pick the wrong location, your business is doomed. If you don't get the resources correctly, your business is doomed. If you don't add value to somebody and don't get the market, your business is doomed, right? So once you assemblage, you're an entrepreneur, you assemblage the things that go around to the entrepreneur, then this is what will happen. Because we are in a dynamic environment and it changes constantly, your will has to change with the times. If we go to the market plane, these are the knowledge, resources, structures that we need to build, right? So this is what part of the wheel should look like. And you tell me that with this in mind, and this is bigger than that, this is just a extract from what we have been building, that it can be taught in just one framework. This goes on and on and on and on, and you can keep using the tool that you need, the artifact that you need, the resources that you need, the knowledge, the structure. So you start building the company through different assemblage. And I can go on and on and on. There are 15 different type of planes that we have find out at the moment, but this will keep growing. So this assemblage, right? This is what will happen in the future, right? You will have to have many resources, many different type of assemblage to help the entrepreneur drive through that road, through that path. When we look at it as a whole, then we can put together the different stages and the different assemblage that they will be needed to be that you have to start helping. And this is what we have been working for the last 25 years, building this model, okay? Depending on the stage, you will get different assemblage, and the wheel will change from time to time. It's not stable. You have to go from instability to stability phase. So this is what we need to help the entrepreneurs go to the next level. If we do that, as teachers, as professors, as ecosystem builders, then we are doing something good. We are spending a lot of money in activities like this one, just to help one individual make a profit for themselves. That's what we are doing. All the ecosystem builders, we are helping one guy to make a profit for his company. So stop teaching entrepreneurship as a one-size-fits-all, please. The canvas is one of the artifacts that you have to use. I'm not saying don't use it, but that's not the only tool that you should use. That's not the only artifact that you should be using to teach entrepreneurship. Okay? Help them in their context. Help them build the competencies as an entrepreneur. Use the tool that fits at the moment. It's all about the journey that they're having in that pathway. Business emerge constantly. Okay? One of the things that I want to, and this is how we do it, we have different planes for different phases. More than that. Try to help the entrepreneur to make a profit. More than anything else, profit is the gasoline that will allow them to go to the next phase. You know, we have to start talking about entrepreneurs making a profit. They have to build profitable businesses. They have to, if that doesn't happen, then the economy of the country that you're being in is not going to have a strong economy. Okay, I don't know if this helps. Questions?
I don't think you talked about yet in your experience with yet, so that people understand why some of this is developed and the experience that you had.
Okay, in 2000 we started a organization which is called Youth Entrepreneurship Education System. We started making games to help the kids to understand the business, how to form a business. Okay, we have around 60 games to teach them how to be an entrepreneur. Building those games, we find out that there are many things that an entrepreneur has to learn before they do the business. So in defining those games, we teach, I will give you an example. People here don't like to teach financial statements, right? We hate them. But we have defined a game that everybody in the table becomes part of the income statement. So when you teach them to be part of that income statement, somebody can be sales, somebody can be the cost, you know, the bank, or somebody can be the landlord. And when that happens and everybody's part of the income statement of a company, they see that they are or a profit or a revenue or a cost. And what will happen if they get a loss or if they get a gain to the economy. Because at the end of the day, if we play this here, I will say she's revenue and she's profit margin and she is the landlord and he's the insurance guy and he is Mr. Hacienda, okay? Because we have them in that game. when that happens and everybody sees that how many people we touch with one company, that we share part of our cost is part of their profits. And if you sell $1 million, and at the end of the day I have $100,000 and pay taxes, then I can build schools for my district and build roads. They also know the benefits of paying taxes and where they are going. So in teaching entrepreneurship to kids, we have developed games, tools, techniques, and theories about how to get a better economy at the end of the day by helping one entrepreneur at a time in their context. Okay? I don't know if that helps, Pancho. Somebody else? Questions? Planes, different planes and different artifacts or different tools that we use to teach that part. Okay? Or an assignment that they have to do. And there are more. We have 500 hexagons or so, a little bit more, and that has or a tool or an explanation or every step. We have developed one for every step that we know, and if something is new, we'll get it in, and if something is not working, we'll get it out. So this is the assemblage that we try to use in our system. And in the same cohort, somebody will use 3 of them and somebody will use 20 because they are in different stages. So we have an assemblage tool that it can be used for any entrepreneur in any stage. Questions?
So you have 500 hexagons as you're introducing the concept to new people, and me being a new person. How do you help me understand this in a way that's not overwhelming? As I'm building this business and you're like, here's 500.
No, and that's a great question, because when we build it, when we build the 500 hexagons, remember that you're going to be using one at a time. We do have it's called a Kanban board, where you put all the 500 tools, artifacts, and things that you should be using or could be using depending on it, and you pick which one I'm going to use, and you put it in the next level. And that's how we do it. Not everybody is going to use the same toolbox. Oh, the same toolbox, but the same tools. So they will pick for themselves, and with help with people from our organization, to pick the right tool at the moment that they need. Because let's say I have a property already. Why I am going to use things that, if site selection, if you already have a property. But if you don't have a property, then we have a tool, a PDF or a resource that it will allow you and will help you navigate to site selection, because you are in a different stage that I am in the same table. So you will pick the hexagon that will help you build your phase in that time. And we try for them to use only 6. That's why, because we can build an hectagon or a pentagon and use 6 at this time. And if something you already have done, take it out, put a new one. So your wheel will be changing depending on where you're at.